Well, it seems my fucking supplement video may have rifled a feather or two, particularly of people that are hardcore supplement taking motherfuckers. So I'm here to address a few things, and I'm also looking to be a little more fucking interactive with my videos. So if you're commenting actively on my channel, I will be looking through your comments, reading some back on my video, and responding accordingly. So today I'm going to respond to a few comments on my last fucking video. And this will be the alternate video, to my fat vlog. This is more of a feedback video. You guys talk to me, I talk to you back, and that way it gives you more videos, we interact a little more, and we start this community going, or something like that. Just a quick update with me. I fucked up over the holidays, I fucked up last weekend, and I pretty much regained a ton of weight. I got up to 214 last week. By the end of the weekend, that's an end of the day weight, hadn't shit or anything, 214 pounds. So I got back on the ball and I started doing ADF, or alternate day dieting, depending on how rough a fast is going. On the fasting days, I will eat either 600 calories or nothing at all, depending on how I feel or how the scale's looking. I did my first 36 this week, and I immediately lost 9 pounds. I got all the way down to 205 very quickly on that 36-hour fast. Now, there was some shitting involved, and obviously I lost a ton of water weight. Had to go to the bathroom quite a bit. So I was retaining a lot of water in that weight. And that's one thing you got to keep in mind. When you regain weight, a good chunk of that's usually water weight, and it has to do with what you're eating as far as fucking salt, processed foods, you name it. And the more of that shit you eat, the more water your body's going to retain. And when you fast, your first thing your body tries to do is get rid of all your salt. So when it does that, you have to fucking piss like a racehorse over and over again. And it's only exacerbated by the coffee drinking and the water drinking, So keep that in mind. If you're fasting and you're pissing a lot, you're pretty much starting to deplete your glycogen, and you're getting rid of salt and all kinds of other things that are retaining water in your body. Long story short, I got fucking fatter, and now I'm getting skinnier. So I'm sticking with ADF, or alternate day dieting, depending on how I feel each day, until I'm back down to 193. And I'm going to try not to fuck up on the weekends anymore, because it's getting rough. Seems like every weekend I get drawn into these fucking social situations, and I have to fucking sit there and recover for a week from each weekend, which sucks. Carrie Conrad writes, do you take fiber supplements? I remember you said you had problems with that issue, Well, yes, I don't shit every day. Now, some people might find that unhealthy. Not me. I've pretty much had this shitting pattern my whole life. 'Cause I've always eaten unhealthy. I'm not a fucking clean eater. I've never been a clean eater. And I probably will never truly be a clean eater. Now, I do eat some veggies from time to time. I have salad. I prefer raw vegetables. I don't do cooked vegetables or anything like that. And, would slather some fucking dressing or something on it. And call it a day. That's my vegetable intake. Sue me. And I have lived that way my whole life. If you're having trouble shitting, think of foods that you eat that cause you to shit. Because one of the things I notice is there's certain meals and certain fucking things, like drinking milk, for example, that kind of push me along to the bowl. So that's how I figure out how to shit. Now, I'm sure there might be other consequences to not getting enough fiber in your diet, but I'm not currently experiencing any symptoms that require that, other than the fact that I don't shit every day. But when I do shit, I shit. Now, I got a little bit of a feedback on my fuck supplements video, because fuck supplements. Kept Quest number 1 writes, I'm with you 100% on the IF, but I think you're wrong on a couple of things. First, not all calories are the same. Okay, I gotta respond to that real quick. To your body, all calories are the same. They are. Now, I disagree with Kept Quest on this, and the reason being is they've done studies. One of them is called the junk food diet, where a guy managed to lose weight eating nothing but processed shit in a low-calorie deficit. Your body views energy the same. It views carbs the same. It views fat the same. Now, there's different hormonal processes that it has to go through to use these macronutrients. You know, protein is even converted to glucose by your body if you consume it excessively. Fat is metabolized differently than glucose, obviously, because we switch back and forth between fat burning mode and sugar burning mode. So, but overall, as far as your body is concerned, storing energy, it doesn't matter whether you're eating fat, eating sugar, or eating protein, and we can get into the alcohol thing, which is another macronutrient. Your body will store whatever calories you do not need. Now, I've heard rumors, and I haven't really looked much into it, to be honest with you, because I'm not a fucking expert, that there's certain ways where your body will pass through the calories for fat, you know, and I haven't looked into that much because fasting is doing everything I need without trying to trick my body into getting rid of shit, you know. So, to me, if you eat too much fat, i.e., you know, you stuff yourself ketogenically, and you go beyond your caloric needs, then your body just directly stores the fat. It doesn't have to metabolize it to put it in, you know, your cells or whatever. It just fucking stores it. But push comes to shove, calories are fucking calories. If you're only getting a certain amount of calories per day, and you are using an excess of that amount, you will lose weight. That's, of course, barring the water weight issue aside and all the other bullshit. But overall, calories are fucking calories. So I disagree with you, Captain Quest, on that one. Alright, and I hate when someone says, just eat right and you'll get the vitamins and minerals you need. First of all, I'm not saying just eat right and get the vitamins and minerals you need. I'm saying most people, not all people, eat excessively and therefore get the vitamins and minerals they need. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description to a few articles I read that basically they recently did a study saying vitamin supplementation is fucking useless. Even one of you, commented that there was a BBC show, this is from Martin Williams, from the man who invented the 5-2 diet, claimed that the human body produces its own antioxidants and that the bottled stuff stimulated the body to stop making its own. Moreover, the brain box being interviewed said that free radicals, far from being the most evil force in biology, are actually essential as a signal for muscle growth and necessary in the right proportions of health. Don't know if this is true or not, blah, 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 blah. All right, I looked into a few more articles as a result of that. There is a study that says taking multivitamins is useless. Overeating is the cause of a lot of fucking health problems. So they're saying they did studies on people that took vitamins and it didn't stop them from fucking dying or having health issues at all. They had one group that took the fucking vitamins. They have another group that didn't take the fucking vitamins. They both fucking died. Alright? They both had health problems for different various reasons. So I'm here to tell you that the American Medical Association's fucking whoever the fuck it is that recommends your daily fucking vitamins is probably full of shit. That is an assumption I operate on. Now, we're all different. We all have different intolerances. We all have different needs for nutrients. We all have different functions biologically. We're a little fucking different from each other. So this can vary from person to person. For me personally, the way I've eaten has not affected my health. I've had my blood levels checked since I started this fasting. I am vitamin D deficient. Now, I looked that up. What does that mean to be vitamin D deficient? Well, I'm probably going to get broken bones easier, or have osteoporosis or some other fucked up shit, none of which I have. You know, I've banged myself up pretty good. I do have a broken bone, but it was more out of stupidity than frailty of my bones. And it healed up nicely. I'm fine. I do get vitamin D in my diet. I'm a big fan of milk and cheese and that kind of stuff. So there's vitamin D flowing in a little bit there. But the doctor wanted me to take this huge vitamin D supplement. And it's sad in my fucking thing because I don't do supplements. I don't believe in them. I will never believe in them. Because we did not evolve to take fucking pills. If it's not, now a lot of them health nuts will be like, the soil's depleted of this, the fucking shit's growing into that, they're putting this in your meat, they're putting that in your, yeah, they probably are. But as a person that's eaten a lot of that shit, I'm fine. And as long as I'm fine, I don't feel the need to go out there and spend $30 a bottle on some fucking supplement, or 15 or 20, or however fucking much they are. So anyways, leaving that aside, going back to Cap Quest's email, the effect of your deficiencies will show up eventually. Well, you know what? By the time these effects show up, the effects of other lifestyle choices will also show up. You know, if you're overweight, you're probably going to be affected by that long before a vitamin deficiency creeps in there. Now, a lot of foods have vitamins and minerals in them. If you're fine, if you're not experiencing any symptoms, then just fucking press on. Now, if you're experiencing problems and symptoms, try and figure out what the fuck the problem is. But if you're fine, and you're going out there and you're fucking buying this fear-mongered fucking supplement shit, then I feel bad for you. You're being victimized. They're taking your money and you're not getting any better. Now, some people will swear, I get better, I feel better, I recognize there might be a placebo effect in there. But as far as it goes, when you go back to the doctor, are you cured of your deficiency? And if so, what did this cure do for you? Did you feel better afterwards? Sure, you passed the blood test after failing the blood test. But other than that, what was the effect on you? Ask yourself these questions. Don't just assume that a doctor says, hey, take this, and, somehow it will prevent you from being fucked up later. Because there's many ways to get fucked up. A few years ago, I had no idea why I felt like shit all the time. Today I know it's partially due to a magnesium deficiency. I had all the classic symptoms. Unless you eat a lot of leafy green, avocados, nuts, seeds, and fish, you're lacking in magnesium. About 70% of Americans are. I agree most supplements are a total ripoff and unnecessary, but the trick is knowing what benefits you personally, finding a quality supplement that actually works, or eating right. Good luck. Now, I've always preached this. Do what the fuck you're gonna do. Well, that's more like the Hodge twins fucking preaching, but do what makes you feel good, but don't do it out of fear. I personally don't believe in supplements. I don't. I don't feel better when I take them. I've taken multivitamins. I've taken the magnesium. I've taken the B12. I've taken the omega-3 fatty fucking acids. And they made zero fucking difference in how I felt, whether or not I got sick, my energy levels. It changed nothing. If I felt like shit and I took a multivitamin, I still felt like shit afterwards. If I felt good and I took a multivitamin, I still felt good afterwards. So you're not going to convince me to take a fucking vitamin or a magnesium pill or any of these other things as long as I'm not experiencing any fucking problems. And I'm well aware that I could be building up to a bigger problem down the road. But I'm going to have bigger problems down the road, and I'm not going to spend my life trying to manipulate what those fucking problems are. Because I'm not going to, and I'm definitely not going to spend my fucking money to try and manipulate those problems. Because you could spend that money, you could be the most fucking magnesium-filled motherfucker on the planet, and then you get there and you get hit by a bus. Or you fucking, some other disease that's genetic. It fucks you up. And these are all issues that you need to weigh when you're trying to prevent bad things from happening to you with supplementation. You know, taking supplements should only be done in a reactionary fashion. The doctor says you're fucking deficient in a vitamin. Go out and take the vitamin if you believe into that and, you know, the levels of deficiency. And by all means do that. And then once you are no longer deficient, stop taking the supplement. But if you are thinking you're going to prevent something, you're fine, you haven't been diagnosed with anything, your blood works fine, and you're still walking into the vitamin world and going, hey, what can I get with my $40 that'll make me fucking feel great? If you're doing that, you are wasting your money and you are feeding your own anxiety about your health. So stop with that kind of shit. I implore you. Now, I know you're going to do whatever the fuck you want to do, and you might be like, that asshole, I don't fucking believe a word he's saying. Look at him, he used to be a truck driver. Why would I listen to that fuck? I'm just trying to give you some advice. That's all. My advice might be good, bad, I don't know. I'm just telling you what's worked for me and what will continue to work for me. And the moment something doesn't work for me, I'll let you know how I fucking deal with it. But right now, intermittent fasting with no supplementation has caused me to lose weight, increase energy levels, increase my mental acuity. I'm able to isolate when I have energy dips, and the times I have energy dips are when I'm well fed. So, that's it. That's my response. CapQuest, thanks for watching. Thanks for all of you who watch my videos. And I like having these kind of discussions. I like getting into a little back and forth here. So remember, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Have a nice fucking day.